Welcome, everybody. Welcome on the show. I don't know. Every time I'm about to come on the show, I don't know about you, I'm smiling. And then I catch myself like, why are you smiling? Why are you so happy? I don't know if somebody is happy, like it doesn't mean that things are not happening or life is not happening, but you must find something that gives you that joy that you do, and it just gives you that satisfaction. I'm always happy to be alive and to be here and to actually be having conversation with people. That I love. A lot of people don't have people that they love, but try find one. There's power in that one that you can do things together, sisterhood, things that you like and will bring joy to your life. I'm just saying. But anyway, welcome on the show, and it's good to see everybody again. Thank God, thank goodness that we're here and we're alive. Prof, your background, it looks like I want to walk on there, like literally walk on it.
Well,
Where
thank you so much for welcoming us, Mama Temi, and this greatness. Always good to see you. This
Yeah.
background has a story because this was just before COVID broke out, and I was in Ethiopia with the
oh,
family. And this photo was taken in the Tigray region of Ethiopia by myself in 2019. I'm actually in South
Wow.
Australia at the moment, but I just thought I use the background.
Yeah.
amazing.
It's
So
Yeah.
beautiful.
this
Yeah,
was
and
a
I've
long
got a
time
similar
ago.
image, but in another part of the same part of the country, but somewhere else. On the back cover of my book, no, the front cover of my book, Sahara Piercing the Taj Ceiling. When you look at it, it is a similar type of topography, and that was also taken in Ethiopia.
Hmm. That's beautiful.
No
Thank
one can
you.
take me out of Africa. No. Take,
Africa is born in
take
me. It's
Africa
not
out
being
of
born in Africa, it's Africa
me.
being born in you.
Yeah.
I love it. But I must also say the photo you took in Egypt, it's amazing with that. Like go on, baby. That was, you know, it depicts the image of the Kush people, the Kushites and all that. That's what they represent, and amazing posture that you took from
Yeah.
there, and the
Yeah.
history. You love it.
You, you see a lot of my private things. That I did post two posts
It's not
from that
private, it's on
online.
LinkedIn. It's
That's
on
okay.
LinkedIn. I think I saw that picture on LinkedIn, Doc.
Thank you.
That's right. There is that, but there are a few. Mama Temi knows a little bit more. But yeah,
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
all right. Well, we'll keep the rest in. Let's just link it to there. But good to have you. You're looking stunning. Miss Greatness, how are you?
I'm
I know.
fine. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Thank you for having me. I'm actually very impressed and equally excited at the same time that you're talking about being happy when you come onto the show, because it literally just shows that you're doing something you like, and
Yes.
it does not matter whether people are watching or whatever, but you are in your zone and you're showing up literally for yourself. So that's where the happiness comes from, and that's really impressive, Temi, because this show is getting on to its I can't even count the years anymore,
Yes.
and for you to still be excited about it, just like back then when we started, that speaks of you having found your place and really just being yourself, because you're a happy person actually.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Last week after the show, when we finish the show, sometimes I go back and watch immediately the same day or following day. I was going back to watch, and my husband is like, "You're so excited. You are elevated." He was kind of telling me like I was too much, and I'm like, "No, you can't. You can't tone me down, baby. You cannot."
Yeah.
I love it. Who will not be happy sitting down with you, with Grace, or who is not going to be happy sitting down with Prof Mimi? Really, I mean, what else do you want? I've got that wisdom, I got the beauty, I got people that are doing something for not only for themselves, you're doing it for the nation. That
Yeah.
it's that's beautiful. I haven't got some people that are not doing anything. I've got people that are actually productive in their lives, and it's inspirational. And I want to surround myself with people like that. I learn every day from you, you know that. So I'm happy, but never mind. That is it for me. I've had a very busy week. My daughter Tony moved out of home
That
finally.
that that's a big one.
Really? It's a
Yeah.
big one, and we had to set up everything. Like literally, my life is in the public, so nothing to hide. Our couch, our in the lounge room, my husband took everything and gave them to Tony. So as I speak with you, if you come to visit me, we got no lounge couches, everything. I'm like, this is too much for a young woman. What are you doing? Let's just buy simple one. He's like, no, no, no. She deserves it, and we're gonna go visit her. So we need to sit on a good couch. I'm like,
Oh,
that makes sense. That
That
makes sense.
is huge. That is big. That is wonderful for her
absolutely.
to be living
Absolutely.
independently. And where is she going to be living?
In Wyndhamville, around here. I mean, Manor Lakes, in the same district, not far from us. I went and saw her the other day. She coiled into her bed. She's so cozy and warm and beautiful in her bed.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm telling you, and she's like, "Okay, have a good night, mommy. I'll see you later." Okay, yes, Ex- extremely confident. I'm really grateful today.
Wow. I'm
Very
really happy for her. Seriously.
That's
yes.
Wow.
huge. That's
That's
big.
a
I think
major
it's
step.
worth a celebration. And let's start celebrating it right here with this energy.
Yes.
Absolutely. Kudos
Congrats.
to,
And congratulations to you as well for
that's
getting her to
right.
that level.
Yes.
Yay.
She's big. She's gonna be 30 soon, so they are big kids. And guess what? I said this. The day she left was the day the brother came back, broke his legs. Can you believe it? The brother
The
left home.
twin brother.
The twin brother left home about 6 years ago now, that he moved. But the day Tony moved was the day Toby came back. Because I had to go and get him because he literally snapped his Achilles. So he's on crutches and he couldn't move, he couldn't do anything. So I said, and he's probably going to go for surgery. It's a major thing. I'm like, what is happening here? Your sister left, you came back, you need to go. Like,
No, no, look, I think there's a plan for everything. But for Tony, I think that is, I mean, she's a special girl. And
yeah,
for, we part of family, she's a special girl. So
especially.
look, let's celebrate her. Toby can cope because he's got you, but he's all right with every other thing. So look,
Thank you.
our
Thank
ancestors are alive and thriving. That's all I can say.
you. Amen. Amen. All right. Good one. That's good to hear that from you, Mimi. Ancestral. I never used the word. But thank God. Thank God. Today, we're just gonna relax and just gonna talk about Deborah was meant to be today. So this aspect of Deborah that we're supposed to get into, like everybody is huge. We can't do a justice to any of our journey in one day. Just as well, I put my journey in my book. So, like I said last week, if you've got the invite, it means you have to click on the link and get your ticket and be there for my book launch. I'm looking forward to that. But so, Deborah, today we had a common meeting that fell on today, and even I was meant to be there. I'm like, I can't do Monday. We've got the show. The show must go on. I've got some principle here that we tell me, no, 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 where's the show? So, and she's not able to make it today, but we're going to dive into some of the things that we picked up from what she said last week. And one of the ones that I picked up, and few of us picked up also, was the self-awareness. And she's very strong. And I think, Liz, you put it nicely what she said. Um, would you help us with the exact way she said it, closer?
Yeah, I think what I picked up was the fact that she mentioned her journey took her to a place where she reconnected with who she was always meant to be,
Yeah.
and that she is applying self-awareness to stay to align her actions with her goals so that she keeps on the journey that she is currently on. One of the purposes of her conscious living is because she wants to grow to a level where grow old to see her grandchildren,
Wow.
so she wants to be healthy for that. So yes, I did admire her self-awareness to be able to bring herself back on track. But the question that I wanted to throw to the two of you was with regards to who you were always meant to be. Have you ever felt that you have arrived at that place, where you kind of relate with whatever, is it the land, is it you know the air, I don't know what it is, or is it the goals that you set out some time ago? How does that look like? How does that play out? How would somebody know that this is now where I am is where I was always meant to be?
Hmm.
That's certainty. That's the long and short of my question that was coming up for me when I was listening to her. So if you could probably help with your experience, highlighting perhaps how could somebody arrive at a place like that. And it's any of the two of you really.
Hmm. Yeah,
I think
for
I
me,
can take
I think
you go
the way
first.
no, I'll let you go because for
No,
me,
no, you go first because
all
you
right,
just
I
talk
was
and you're
saying
going through it.
that the way she said it, I mean, next week she'll be here. She'll be able to tell us what exactly she meant by that. That where
Mm,
what she is where she always meant to be. Like
mm,
in the hindsight, for me, I think, how do you know where you were meant to be? I know where I am now, and I want to analyze where I am and diagnose it and see where it is, and if it fits, if it's serving me, like we say, is it serving me? Am I? Hence the title of my book, but it's not about me today. It's about this topic that we're discussing. Because I'm not going to give my own point away right now concerning me. But I wonder what Deborah meant. Really, should we be able to tell us? But I think where you were meant to be, it's a big thing to me to say where you were meant to be, you're here. And then she says something like that when she drifts away from it, she's able to bring herself back. So that
mm,
could be divided into a lot of ways. So is it when you are downcasted, that you know that you're drifting away from your joyful person, that you bring yourself back? Is it when you're with the health, in terms of maybe my cholesterol is getting high, I bring myself back? Is it when somebody hurts me, it brings me back to the past, my past, and I bring myself back? In that case, you can do those reasonably, but the time frame that you do it is what matters, right? So you might say, like, I know that I need to lose weight. I've got personal gym. I enrolled with Fenwood, which is a gym, public gym. I do everything. Then I get so busy that I might not be able to go in a week. I know where I'm supposed to be, but then this other issue is affecting me and pulling me back, which is affecting me from reaching that goal. So, am I going to always be on the journey of reaching those goals in terms of these things I'm talking, in terms of health, for example? Um, how do you determine it? So, I'm just going to stay there. The answer is very dicey, and it's very, I don't know, I don't think you can really place a time frame on I am where I've always wanted to be. I've always been slimming person. Now I'm big and I continue to be big, but I know that I've always continued. I'm meant to be slim. In terms of that, I've got no answer. I'll let Mimi go.
I think this is a very sensitive, intelligent, whatever topic that we are talking about.
Yeah.
However, where we are meant to be, I think if I can talk about myself, am I where I want to be? I think at this stage in my life, and I'll say at this stage in my life, I am very happy with where I am. I am comfortable with the woman I have become, which is why I'm
Mm.
comfortable to wear this afro, as you can see. I'm just me. And as you said at the beginning of the show, you cannot take Africa out of me, just as you cannot take Australia out of me, right?
Mhm.
Why? Because I feel like I belong so solidly in these two places. But
Mhm.
when we think about where we want to be, we think about it from the family perspective, we think about it from the friendship perspectives, we think about it in my situation from a career perspective as well. And it's like, are you at that point where you feel like you have achieved at a certain level? I will honestly say yes to that question. But there are other areas that I think I can do more and I can still add value to. I mean, I've still got, my career and a lot of things ahead of me. But I
Mhm.
Mhm.
think holistically, yes, I am where I think I should be at the stage in
Okay.
my life. I am where because yeah, I've got how many three functioning, well-rounded children. For
Mhm.
me, that is important as well. Uh,
Mhm.
I've got some meaningful relationships with the people that I want to have the meaningful relationships with, right? And that
Mm.
includes meaningful friendships, etc. And I think
Mhm.
when you think about it from that perspective, then you can either say, yes, you're where you are or you're not. And for me, I think, I am contented.
Yeah, I like the word contented. That's what I was going to say. You're satisfied with who you are. You are contented because, like you said, career wise, you're happy, family life, you're happy, personal life, you are all these things, you're happy. But there could be few other areas that you wanted, but it has not depleted that satisfaction that you have.
Right.
Um, and one thing that I discover also is, so let us say satisfaction, you're talking about if you talk about the Maslow law, shelter, clothing, all these things, if you think about that, and then self-actualization. If one or two of those big foundation is not there, it will be very hard to get there. It will be very hard to say I am satisfied. But when the foundation, which is the maybe the love, the shelter, the all those things are there, then you have something to build upon. Because I'm looking at the reason why a whole lot of people will not be able to say what Deborah said. It's very, very possible to be very hard to boldly say that. It is very, very hard. If that foundation is weak, what can the righteous do? So to say. So, self awareness for me, I don't think you're really there. It's not that you are aware that something is lacking and you are consciously working towards it. Again, you're going to need this love, you're going to need this support, and a whole lot of things to help you to get there. I'll say this for example. If you're a single parent, you have kids, and you're the one doing all those things, you know where you want to be is to be a career person. And you're very knowledgeable, you're very intelligent, you're very academic, but then you have two babies, for example, that you have to look after. You have to take them to kinder, and kinder, you pick them at 12 o'clock, you pick them back at 1. You don't even have time. Before you pick that one fido, then it's 3 o'clock to pick the other one, the school age. How can you say that? And a whole lot of people are in a whole lot of situations like this. Even though you are self-aware, even though you know where you want to be, but it's very hard. But Deborah, the twist about Deborah is she's saying that she knew where she wanted to be. Liz, you always say it very rightly. I don't know why I don't get it rightly. You always say it rightly better than how I'm
Like she
explaining.
understood her destination. She knew her destiny. And I think that is literally what she
And
referenced.
she felt like she reconnected with,
Yeah.
where she was always meant to be.
Mhm.
So, my understanding and my take on that is, in relation to what Prof. you also highlighted, that there could be some goals that you set out, and based on the goals that you have set out in a certain aspect of your life, you may arrive at that place where you are ticking all the boxes, based on that goal. And then that does not mean that there are certain things in your life that are still a little bit out of whack, because
Yes.
life happens, concurrently.
Mhm.
While you are celebrating success in the lecture that you gave today, and everybody was so attentive and it went so well, at
Mhm.
home somebody could be sick. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
but if I ask you at that moment and you are so excited about what happened in class, you would tell me, yes, all is well. But
Mhm.
also at the back of your mind that there's something happening that I'm equally attending to. But that does not take away from the fact that all is well, because, things are not falling apart. And I
Mhm.
think that's the line that we need to draw, because sometimes we become so caught up in what is not going well,
Right.
and we lose sight of, that place where you are so contented, you are so stress free, you are so regulated, and you are calm and collected, because
Mhm.
you also know that you have the other issue that is, not 100%. You also have that, in control,
Right.
and therefore you are able to say all is well.
Mhm.
So we are not saying I'm well and I'm contented, and things are going well for me, because every box is ticked at 100%, and that's not life.
Mhm.
I,
And
Hmm.
I
I think
think
I
just
want to give that to Deborah. I want to give that to her, that I understand there could be areas that are a little bit out of, at a 50, at a 65%, but yet she may still be feeling this is where I was meant to be.
Mhm.
again, just picking up from there, and again, I'll talk for me. When we talk about self-actualization, that literally means when you look at your life holistically, you've
Mm,
met the key things that you wanted to meet. And Mama Temi, you mentioned or referenced the Maslow hierarchy of
Yeah.
needs, right? And where at the bottom level, the basic level, is about food, shelter,
Right.
education, belonging, just the basics, sex, all of those things. And then
Mm.
as you go up the pyramid, right, it
Mm.
gets, it gets smaller. But
mm,
what has happened is that most people, they normally end around the midpoint, and
Hmm.
they may have a career, they may have a lot of money, they may have a lot of food, but they may have what you perceive to be everything. But maybe
But
there is that one thing. Maybe
hmm.
for them, it's maybe escaping a bad relationship or getting into a good relationship. Maybe for them, it's getting that job. Maybe for them, it's having that career appointment or reaching that point where they could turn back and say, I have self actualized. So I
Right.
think when somebody says they've reached that point where they've connected,
Mm.
maybe it's because one of the key things they wanted to do was be in that healthy space in a
mm,
relationship with friends, family. And if they've arrived it, and that's the most important thing for them, then they've
Mm.
arrived. Another
Yes.
yeah.
person could be, they really wanted X in their career, and now they've achieved that. Every other thing else can, now they can literally sit back and say, you know what, I've done all the things I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
somebody like me, I turn around, and I was not this person who set up that I was going to one
Mm,
day have a professor in front of my name. I
mm,
never set out to do that. However, as life and things have evolved, and I talk about evolution because things are evolving, right?
mm,
Mhm.
I ended up in academia.
mm.
Then I did my PhD. Then I went from here to there, from here to there, and those steps have actually helped to get me to where I am with a big international career. And then I turn around and I look at my kids. Again, it's not perfect because people should not convolate the
Mm.
two as being self-actualized means you've got this perfect life and
That's
you are this
right.
perfect being.
That's right.
There is
Yeah.
nothing like perfection
Mhm.
because
Eh,
no one is perfect and no life is perfect. It is
yeah.
about your perception of the things that are most valuable and those connections and the people that mean the most to you. And for me, I can confidently say that, I'm in that place in maybe 90% of it, not 100%, of course. And if I were to ever achieve 95 to 100%, I would think, my God, the world is wonderful. And the world is
Mhm.
wonderful anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I really like what you both said, and I think is the truth because life is not linear. Nothing goes smooth at all. And what Liz said, if it's getting smooth like that, you need to be worried because there's a problem. It can. But despite and in spite of all that, you have to weigh, put your life on a scale and wait and see is the goodness more than this thing. And also for me, even having a life that I have a breath, it's by his grace. So I talk about illusion. I think also people that are aware, they understand the illusion of satisfaction, illusion of self-actualization. It's all mere illusion. I have a friend who is a big not big shot, and she was but the environment was so toxic at work, like really bad. Was going to lose her mind, but this was her goal. This was her desire in life to get there, and she was there, but she was going to die literally. She doesn't understand politics. um she's very quiet and reserved, and she had to resign. She gave up this, and then she now aligned and reevaluate her life and said, do I, because the doctor was saying to her, if you continue, darling, you in fact we can't manage you because this level of anxiety you're having. And this is somebody who is a student by all standards, like masters. She was doing two masters and getting like she's crazy. She's crazy, I know. So now she's confused, she's worried, she can't even read something, So the doctor said, it's going to be disastrous. You need to weigh what exactly do you want in life. You need to reevaluate your goal and this pursuance of goals. If you achieve it and then you become something else, what is the benefit? So she came back home and reevaluate her goals, and she now realized that life, wellness, it's more than anything in life. And she's very happy and she's satisfied. Illusion of what we're going to be, you don't know. When you get to that place, then you will now reevaluate. So every day we keep reevaluating our life. And I think when you get to a place that you're quite satisfied where you are, you can say, I'm fine. And like you said, it could be for your family, it could be it could be even be a friend that will give you
Exactly.
that safety. Safety is very big. When you're safe, you can talk. You're safe, you can share. You're safe, you can be helped. All these things, it's very important for me. My I leave everything because nothing um is worth holding my life to, but to hold my life to God, really. So I'm a very simple person, and my satisfaction, Very simple. So I can say my journey to purpose, my life is being purposeful, and I'm grateful because it's a privilege. It's not something that, like you said, Prof, it's not something that I even deserve or I earn. It's by His grace that I can make a meaningful, transformation in my family, in my children, my husband, in my immediate family. I'm responsible. Mimi, you are in Adelaide because this or that. For that alone, you don't know what you're doing to this person. And in my religion, my Christianity, we believe that one person, like Father Abraham, is a nation because from him, nation. So one person, you don't know what you're doing. You're making that person to be a responsible citizen because somebody uh sacrificed their life, money, time, everything to build this person. And this person is going to go ahead and build other nations. It's it's priceless. So this is the way I measure my own
And that
satisfaction.
is that juggling life, right? And you mentioned it now, I'm going to say it because the reason I'm here is, I had to take my son to a footy game and, spend the whole holidays while working, and he's doing what he's doing. But that is part of life. And for me, that's self-actualization in terms that I am able to do those things with my children,
Mm,
and people know me in my early academic years. You never saw me without my two daughters. They were like part and parcel of me. And the young son at the moment is part and parcel of me, whether it is in Australia or it is overseas. They have been part of that journey. So for me, for other people, it's juggling, but for me, it's like I have been able to, be a mother and also be a career person. It's not easy, but it's possible. So, and for me, is that self-actualization? I don't know for some people, but for me, yes, of course. But does that
Mhm.
also mean I feel like there are not these other opportunities and other things that I should do? Maybe they are in academia, maybe they are not in academia. They will
Yeah.
reveal themselves just as academia came to me, revealed
mm,
itself, and then I went on this journey. And what I like to say to people on a topic like this is don't kill yourself
Mhm.
trying to sit somewhere and say, I must get there. I think
mm.
sometimes the things that you don't have control over, right? Don't kill yourself because you can get unwell, like the young person, woman that you've spoken about, or the person that you've spoken about. And
Mhm.
then you realize that all these other things don't matter because suddenly you've got one problem, and that
Mhm.
is your health. And
Mhm.
yet you may have perceived that you had all these other issues that were impacting on your life. So you need to reflect and you need to prioritize. You need to, continuously evaluate. I say evaluation should never come at the end. Evaluation is a continuous process and it
Right.
That's right.
starts from the beginning. It is part of your journey. It is a continuum. It is a continuous process.
Right. Exactly so. I don't have anything to add. I think it's up to the people watching us to determine are they where they've always wanted to be, and what are those goals are. Like you said, are you really pushing yourself and killing yourself to get it? Is it giving you satisfaction? Are you happy doing what you do? It's up to you to evaluate it. But I pray, I always pray that everybody will reach that place that they will have peace within themselves and have peace with their life and be able to appreciate that everything that you're able to do in this life is not by your power or by your might. And those little things that you're doing, I always appreciate Liz as well. She's very kind and gentle. She's got
Yeah.
listening here to listen to people that are in troubled or people that are in this situation. She brings her calmness and non-judgmental behavior to be able to listen to them and help them. Whether you help one person, you give one person, it's like you donated blood to sustain one person's life, and you don't know with what God is going to, you don't know what mark God is going to give you for that. God is going to give you 100%, 1000% for doing that for his child that he created because he wants everybody to be at peace within themselves. I can't thank you enough, ladies. Really, really. Liz, do you want to tell us a final word? We ran out of time, then we can bounce out.
Yeah. Look, I think in terms of the final word, we can probably just capture it in saying, we should. There's nothing wrong with achieving goals and wanting to have what you want, but as long as it is not at the expense of your health and wellness.
Mhm.
Pursue everything that you want to pursue, and but also make sure that you are intact.
Right.
That self-awareness that Deborah is talking about, to be able to really bring yourself back in alignment with, am I still on course? Am I healthy? How is my BP? Where are my stress levels? Are the goals aligned? Are my actions aligned? Am I on to a lot more chocolate than I'm supposed to be? How is my exercise routine? That self-reflection, that mindfulness that always brings you back to, where you're supposed to be, so that, what's the word that I'm looking for? You don't drive yourself into stress and high BP, and we now all of a sudden have to, you know run to the doctors for you. That I don't think that's what we want. um, we want that self actualization, not that because everything is 100%, but you are enjoying what you do, you are happy with where you are, and you are on course.
Mhm.
I think that's the best.
Mhm. Love it. Thank you so much for that, Liz. And we have to say goodbye for now. We see you next week. And hopefully, Deborah Dickinson has not put something on Monday night. It's our night. See you then. God bless. And I hope you've taken that something out of that. See you later.
Thank you.
Take
Goodbye.
care.